Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here for the Victory Junction 200 at Talladega, and our drivers are part of the Racing for a Cause Tuesday night series. Thank you very much for joining me. I am your host for tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and we are getting ready to fire this one off, and that means it is time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1, the 8 of Doug Johnson, and on his outside, the 43 of Kyle Gilbert. Row number 2, the 99 of Justin Rigsby, and the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. Row 3, the 56 of John Wimbish, and the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Row 4, the 1 of Stephen Page, and the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Row 5, the 7 of Jason Keklak, and the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Row 6 will be the 6 of Eric Blount, and the 9 of Dustin Ping. Row 7, the 12 of Colin Allman, and the 54 of Derek Myers. Row 8, the 48 of Josh Spalding, and the 11 of Christopher Spencer. Row 9, the 55 of Steve Baker, and the 94 of Troy Radford. Row 10 will be the 65 of Brian Miskell Jr. and the 19 of Cade Green. Row 11 will be David Schmidt and the 88 of Dale Osmond. Row 12, the 16 of Damon Cox and the 3 of Chad Meadows. Row 13, the 28 of Dustin German and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Row 14, the 81 of Dave Worrell, and the 46 of Chris Mefford. Row 15 will be the 83 of Brandon Mefford, and the 15 of Rick Greenaway. And our final starting position here tonight, row 16, Mike Massengill and Ray Radford. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. We are a bit behind schedule as, reasons. Nothing ever can go easy. If it was easy, everyone could do it. So here we go at Talladega for the Victory Junction 75 laps. And we get ready for our green flag. And away we go. Doug Johnson in the 8, side by side with the 58 of Kyle Gilbert. Down into turn number 1 they go. We got one peeking onto the high side. That's the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Onto the back stretch this field goes, starting 31 cars. The 47 machine of Ray Radford looks like he was unable to make the start. We'll see if he can get out there, but missing the start of tonight's race, so already behind the 8 ball in that situation. But the 8 machine of Doug Johnson for the moment out in front, looking like he is going to try and lead the first lap, but here comes Kyle Gilbert on his outside. He has the 51 of Dylan Blankenship pushing him, and they are at the line door to door, and that one is going to go to Doug Johnson as he leads the first lap here tonight at Talladega. Off of turn number 2 onto the backstretch, 3 wide. We got 1 in the middle. Now make it 2. Now make it 3. Join that middle session. And we got a few cars falling back here. Just a little slow. The 85 of Jeffrey Stiles working that high line behind the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. Kyle Gilbert falling back quickly. Looks like maybe a planned move to drop to the back of this field as he went from the front row. Now he is battling all the way back to almost 20th spot in just a straightaway. And so at the front, things are kind of looking like they're starting to form up single file. First 3 cars are down on the bottom. Now they're going to move up to the middle. That is John Wimbish in the 56, the 17 machine of Tommy Haynes. Gonna push the 56 to the race lead, and Doug Johnson now for the first time looking like he is not going to lead a lap as they're coming around to complete lap number 3. Cars are spread out all over this track here at Talladega. Everyone given lots of room for the moment. Now the 17 of Haynes in the middle all by himself. Wimbish down on the bottom, going to lead his first lap of the night. All the way up at the top, that is the 99 of Justin Rigsby, the 51 of Dylan Blankenship, the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Mike Massengill in the 4, last car on the track. He is within 2.6 seconds of this race lead. Talladega, about one of the only tracks where you actually finish the race closer than where you start. Right now, he is only 2.9 seconds off of the race lead, and he is sitting in 31st spot. As we ride on board the Mission 22, piloted by Mike Massengill. Drivers feeling these cars out. The Racing for a Cause Truck Series here on Tuesday night, after experiencing a lot of issues with the trucks and their setups, have elected to split between the Cup car and I believe the Xfinity car for the remainder of the season. And so that is why we are in the truck, or in the Cup car, and not the trucks here tonight, as the 12 machine of Colin Allman trying to make his way up to that top spot. Go on aboard with the 1 of Stephen Page. Page down on the inside. Colin Allman in that 12 machine just on his outside. John Wimbish continuing to lead in that 56. With Doug Johnson, second car inside lane, just in front of Page here. So the field kind of spread out in the middle, but nicely formed up here at the front of the pack, as the 12 machine of Colin Allman going to lead his first lap of the race. Meanwhile, some of these drivers that are in this partial second group include the 88 of Dale Osmond, the 28 of Dustin German. Those two drivers are sitting first and second in the point standings here tonight as they came into this race. John Wimbish came into tonight third place in the point standings. If we can get a caution here tonight, I'll make sure I show you guys the points for our top 20 drivers as they came into this event. But the 88 of Dale Osmond all the way down in 25th, Dustin German sitting in 23rd, and your race leader, the 56 of John Wimbish. Those three drivers sitting 1, 2, and 3 in the point standings. Want to give a shout out and thank you to everyone joining us here tonight on the Tubes of View. Hope you all enjoy the show. We're coming and completing a lap number 8 of 75. So this lead pack has got quite a few drivers all hungry for a race win. as we are in race number 4 of this 12 race season. Ooh, big wiggle. The one of Page down below the apron. He's going to try and blend back in. He is given room to do so. But Stephen Page in the one. A big moment there. And he finds a way to hold on to it. Everyone around him. Good heads up driving by all of those drivers. So the 6 of Eric Blount running in 8th place right now. We go on board with the 81 of Dave Worrell. Dave started in 27th spot and has already moved up into 14th. So this is a man with a nose for the front here tonight. He is trying to get this 81 machine into clean air. Doing a solid job at it for the moment. We got one trying that third lane. No one going with him just yet. That is the 12 of Colin Allman. The 81 of Dave Worrell slowly working his way towards the front. Colin Allman starting to fall back in that 12 machine. We do have another driver who has dropped out of the race. That is the 48 of Joshua Spalding. We'll see if he can get back into this, as it appears to have been a connection issue for Spalding. He is already 3 laps down. Doug Johnson back to the front in that 8 machine. Down the backstretch, here they come. And right now, David Schmidt in the 08 sitting in 30th. Got an excellent view of the rest of this field in that Steelers machine. But Doug Johnson on the point. Wimbish in the 56 right behind him, leading the charge in the outside lane. That is the 99 of Justin Rigsby. The 85 of Jeff Stiles. Right now, he is being scored in 7th place. The 12 of Colin Allman, who is falling back, has dropped down to that inside lane now. He has found himself sitting in 8th place. Field working its way down the back stretch. A big snake by that inside line. A lot of drivers poking their tires down below the yellow line. That is not illegal here in Racing for a Cause. Not nearly as strict as the rules that NASCAR imposes on the drivers at the super speedways. 67 Jay John is pulling for teammates at JDS. Looks like Scott Watson doing a big shout out, cheering for the driver of the 8 machine. Good news for the fans of Doug Johnson. He has got nothing but clean track in front of him for the moment, and a whole host of cars behind him as Johnson works his way down the backstretch. Oh, big stack up. Johnson able to squeeze through. So too does the 56 of Wimbeach. And it looks like they are going to be the only three cars getting through this one. 4 cars. Tyler Hilton was able to get through. Let's go to a turn 3 instant replay here. Back that up just a little bit more as they work their way down the backstretch. This is on board with the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Rigsby involved, Page, Styles, the 7 of Jake Keklak, looked like the 6 of Eric Blount. And somehow the 55 of Steve Baker also got through. Take another look at this. The 99 of Rigsby is going to get turned. The 51 involved. The 17 hard impact into the inside wall. As everyone is going to come piling in. Take one more look at this. Big time trouble for several cars. And we will see just how many of them are going to be able to survive this one. On the pit road, Doug Johnson in the 8, the 56 of John Wimbish. The 51 of Dylan Blankenship has gone behind the wall, so his night may be done. The 81 machine gonna roll off of pit road without hitting his pit stall. The 3 of Chad Meadows, same situation. But about 4 or 5 cars was all that made it through that huge stack up. So we will see who can hammer out some of this damage and get back out there. But for the moment, your race leader is the 81 of Dave World. Dave did get a little bit of contact with a spinning car. You can see some damage on the right front. So Dylan Blankenship is going to join the 48 of Josh Spalding and the 47 of Ray Radford as the first drivers out of the race here tonight. The 81 of Whirl slow down on the apron. The 3 of Chad Meadows now scored as the race leader. Meadows in the 3, looks like he is going to pull down onto pit road. That will put Doug Johnson back to the top spot, as it looks like I have lost internet connection. Hopefully this is getting through. If not, we're gonna... Ooh, hallelujah. Nope, it's gone. It may not be our night, folks. This may not be something that happens here tonight, and that is really going to be disappointing if that is the case. Not 100% sure how long this is going to go on, but I will try and get this fired back up. No one go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who stuck around, well, thanks so much for sticking through that. Not sure how much longer tonight is going to last, but we will do our best to bring you all of the action. Unfortunately, due to my internet dropping out, I have lost all of my stats, so laps led will no longer be accurate, but we will try and bring you all of the action that we can. If we lose this again, we're going to have to call it a night and just be done for the evening. And unfortunately, that is how the cookie crumbles from time to time. We're going to carry on as if nothing had happened. Oh, it's more trouble. Back just in time as two leaders take themselves out, the 56 of John Wimbish and the 12 of Colin Allman. Let's take another look at this, as the field had been strung out quite a bit because of the last caution that we were live for. But here the 56 and the 12 just do not meet up square, and they get into each other and go for a spin. But the 8 of Doug Johnson surviving another close call as he is working his way around to catch up to the pace car. Those of you just tuning in, this is the Racing for a Cause Truck Series. And yes, it is the A car, because tonight is, or over the last week, they announced that they will be running a split between the Cup car and the Xfinity car. Our point standings coming into tonight's event looks something like this. Dustin German, your points leader. Dale Osmond sitting in second. John Wimbish in third, but that is truly going to get mixed up, as they are now involved in an incident, or I should say John Wimbish is involved in an incident. Dale Osmond was caught up in one earlier. He finds himself now one lap down. As I am clicking buttons too fast. Whoops. We'll try not to do that again. Yes. So many mistakes here tonight, but it is what it is. And so Dale Osmond, who came into tonight second place in the point standings, finds himself one lap down. John Wimbish just got caught up in an incident. But John, in the 56, was able to ride it and get rolling again. So a lot of torn up cars, looking like the Daytona Clash from NASCAR earlier this week. Yeah, guys, I do apologize. You know, that we work hard to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch, but there is still a lot of things that are beyond our control. One of those being the internet service providers sometimes just don't want to play nice. So I appreciate everyone checking back in. And if it happens again, if we go through another little spike like that, whatever it was, I'm probably just going to call it and ask for a replay, make a video, and get that out there, because this is going to be a race that is worthy to be seen from start to finish. We are on lap 33 of 75. A lot of torn up race cars. We've had a few incidences. The first one coming on lap 16. A big stack up. So Doug Johnson scored as the race leader. Well, no, make that Kyle Gilbert now being scored as the race leader. As I realized I wasn't live. We are really messing up here tonight. What a spectacular night. I'll tell you what. So the 88 of Dale Osmond, looks like he and the 99 of Justin Rigsby trying to get some laps back. They are currently 5 and 6 laps down. There are a lot of torn up race cars out there tonight. But one of them that is looking very smooth, very fast, that is the 8 of Doug Johnson. The 28 of Dustin German finds himself in a third place. Dustin German started deep in the field, but we have lost that information with having to reset everything. As the drivers work what I believe is the second caution of the night. Tonight's race is the Victory Junction 200. Victory Junction was founded for kids in honor of Adam Petty. Racing for a Cause always likes to have a cause on the cars. And it doesn't always have to be a charity event, just has to be something that you are passionate about. And then these drivers like to sponsor a race to help raise awareness, whatever cause or passion that they have. And tonight was Victory Junction. We are all racers at heart here. Victory Junction goes without saying. Most of us know all about how that down of who is on pit road and who is torn up. Right now, it does appear that the 3 machine of Chad Meadows is the last car on the lead lap. The 94 Troy Radford, who is rolling out. He is 5 laps down in 20th spot. Chad Meadows, last car on the lead lap in that 3 machine. He is scored in 17th place. But the field stacking up behind that Ford butt stain as they get ready to fire them off once again. No fast repairs available to these drivers here with Racing for a Cause. So the damage they got is what they are stuck with. They will have to try and hammer out any other sort of damage they've received. No fast repairs means you have got to take care of your car, and we saw in that very first incident a huge stack up where it looked like only 4 drivers were able to get through. Dave Worrell in the 81 took a little bit of damage in that first incident. The 16 machine, piloted by Damon Cox, got slammed in the door in this second yellow that we are under. But it doesn't look like anything too extreme for the 16. He's going to be restarting 3rd row inside. But Doug Johnson in the 8 machine, your race leader, as we get ready to go green flag racing once again. There it is. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Johnson running side by side with the 58 of Kyle Gilbert. And hoping, and it's gone. Oh no. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm trying, guys. I don't know if we can't stay connected here. We're just gonna stay signed out. Call it a night. Hope for the replay.